Let's do it. I'm Bob Ross, and today I'm going to teach you how to paint. First, I'm going to start with painting the interior of St. Peter's. Alright, let's get started. Let's take two paintbrushes that are about equal sizes. You can follow along at home, and let's begin. This painting is from 1731 and is classified as Baroque art. People often ask me, Bob, what does it mean in this painting? How is history reflected in this art period? And I always give the same answer. I tell them how much history is reflected in this piece. This time period owes its achievements to the Renaissance. This is when art was becoming accepted. Now come right up here, right across this, right like here. We're almost done now. Baroque is a reaction to the social turmoils of the time. Artists introduced emotions, passion, and new scientific understanding to their pieces. Baroque implies dynamicism and movement, especially in architecture and sculpture. Artists use religious and secular themes, combining realism and independence. And we're done! Everyone at home, give yourself a pat on the back. Now let's move on to the next piece that I'm going to paint today. Alright, let's grab this one right here and let's go up here. Let's talk about the period that best reflects its culture and history. You know, the Greeks did some pretty good art. We're going to paint one of the simplest pieces ever, Neptune's Kingdom. This piece is from the Greek period, and you can clearly see how it reflects the Greeks' history and culture. Now you're gonna grab this brush, right here, this brush. We're gonna start just a basic shape. Push very hard, basic shape. Anyway, the Greeks began to introduce humanistic education, which reflects their artwork. Painting, architecture, ceramics, and sculpture evolved. They all began elaborate and highly decorated objects. Now don't try to copy exactly what I have here. Feel the paint. Let it flow. Now the Greeks thought that humans were the greatest creation of all, so they glorified them in their art. Alright, well look at that. We finished another painting. I guess now on to the next one. Now, since I'm Bob Ross, I often get a lot of questions regarding my opinion on art periods. Recently I was even asked, what art period speaks to me? Which one's really my calling? And I'd have to say, after long periods of searching, Romanticism, the Romantic period, that really speaks to me. Now Romanticism has a deep relation with imagination and emotion. It also has a lot to do with nature, which I enjoy. You see, you can paint a big fluffy cloud like this, easily, so easily. Now, I like to call this period art with a heart, because it really speaks to me, and as you can see, color is really the life and soul of the piece. Now, to really understand this period of art, you have to have a deep appreciation for it. You have to really understand what you're painting, and really care about what you're painting. Now, you have to really feel the brush that you're using. This 1-inch brush, you have to really feel each bristle. And when you paint, you just have to be able to let it go. Just as you spread it around, don't think about it. We don't use any patterns, not any tracing, no preparation. You just have to let it go. Flow with the paint. Now, Romanticism really speaks to me because, as you can see, just it's vivid colors and vast landscapes. Oh, and there we go, another painting all done. Well, I guess this didn't quite turn out as expected. Not quite enough detail what we wanted, but it's okay. We're all learning. Just move on to the next painting. Now, for our last painting, we're going to be talking about mostly worldview. People often tell me, Bob, can you take worldview out of art? And I always reply, no, of course not. Worldview is defined as an individual's perspective of how he or she views reality. Worldview is the filter through which we see the world, and it impacts our decisions we make every day. Now, many things can affect worldview, such as religion, culture, and location. Now, each person sees the world differently, so their art is of course going to be unique and reflect that difference. Now, there we go. See, This one turned out a lot better. Practice, you gotta make sure you practice because practice can make perfect. Well, that's it for today. Remember, I'm Bob Ross. Thank you for painting with us today, and thank you for allowing me into your homes. Everyone, have a great day.